Well, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm standing here in front of, well, actually the remains of this Kungsleden sign in Hemavan. Yesterday it was still up, but they're renovating here, so they took it down somehow. Anyway, that means that I'm about to start my own little adventure here on the epic trail in the northern part of Sweden, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it's difficult to estimate how many days it will take me to get to Abisko, but obviously the most important thing is to have a lot of fun, to enjoy this journey that's ahead of me. And with that said, alright, let's go! Well, the first kilometers are behind me. Feeling pretty good. I'm taking it easy now because at some places the trail is pretty rocky and wet, and obviously I don't want to twist an ankle on the very first morning. But what a place. Haven't seen a single soul yet. The sun just come up, no cloud in the sky. We can stay like this. Well, day 2. Right now it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. First a small recap of yesterday evening, because then I was just way too tired to get out the camera and do some talking in my not native English. I arrived in Emmanes at around 7:15 in the evening. And in my preparation somewhere I had read that the small supermarket should be open until 8, but apparently it closed already at 6. So that was a pity, but next I went to the guide center, which was really close by. It's a guide center for mainly fishing, I believe. And then I had a proper meal with some real reindeer burger and french fries and some ice cream on top. So that felt very, very good. Then this guy, he offered me also a room upstairs. So I just couldn't let that get by. Mainly because it saved a lot of time with pitching the tent, etc. So after a proper shower and rinsing my clothes and socks, I did some retaping on my feet, which were actually in a pretty good shape. And then I went to sleep at around 10:30. This guy also made me some sandwiches for the next day, because I couldn't get any resupply at the shop. Then I woke up at about 2:30. I had set the alarm clock at 3 o'clock, but I woke up earlier. So I thought, well, what the heck, I did some preparation, gathering all my stuff, and then one of the fishermen who was also renting a room upstairs, he offered me some bread for breakfast. That was really nice of him. And I left Emmaus just a few minutes before 3 o'clock, so I'm hiking for now like 1 hour. I see Venus here to my right, so that means the sun is not far away. Promises to be a good day again. We'll see what the Kungsleden has in store today for me. I've been on this plateau for a while, and the whole way it's been quite foggy. Luckily I got the wind in my back, but now, as you can see, the sun is trying its best to peek through. So I think maybe another 30 to 45 minutes all the mist will be gone. So, it's day 3. As you can see, I'm wearing my rain jacket. Some light rain is falling at the moment. But let me first give you a short recap of yesterday. It started out pretty good. Of course, my legs felt a bit tired, but nothing out of the ordinary. The trail was actually less rocky than the first day, so in the morning I could still run a little bit of it. But after about 11:30, my legs just feel knackered. I was so tired, the pace dropped, and I had a really... Well, it's not that I was totally exhausted, but I was tired, that's for sure. The trail was actually, as I said, less rocky, but way more wet. A lot of wet patches on the trail, so actually I walked the whole day with wet feet. And the first day that was not really a problem, but yesterday I really felt it at the end of the afternoon. So luckily during the afternoon I could pick up some pace again. And after about 65k I arrived at Beverholmen. So the initial plan was to go at least to Adolfström to get a resupply there at the shop, but I arrived at Beverholmen at around 6:15, so I was just too late for that. So I decided, because this guy also rented out rooms, I decided to stay, and he made me a big plate with fries and kebab. So I really needed those calories for sure. That was a good thing. And then I took a shower, took care of my feet, and I slept for like almost 10.5 hours. So this morning got my gear together and left at around 7:30. I'm now about halfway between Beverholmen and Adolfström. So it's Saturday morning. I guess the shop in Adolfström is still closed when I arrive there. So I have to press on to Jakvik for a really needed resupply. Luckily I have like I think 2 or 3 cliff bars left, so that will take me over this little climb in between Adolfström and Jakvik. And I don't know if you can see it, no, but I put on my sealskin socks. I bought them after my adventure in the Pyrenees, which was kind of dramatic. And yesterday I didn't put them on because I thought, well, first day was okay, and you know, they're a bit thicker and not a snug fit, so I thought I'll try my regular socks again. But no, today, and also because of the light rain now, I really didn't have a choice. So this morning I kind of felt like Batman putting on his suit, I guess. And so far they're doing great, so I'll keep you posted on that. Alright, now onwards until towards Adolfström. So, I just left Jakvik. I stocked up really well on supplies because it's going to be a long way to Kvikjok. I'm not sure if in between there's some food I can get. Apparently yes, but I don't want to be too reliant on that. I'm on my way now to the first lake crossing and that's only by rowing boats, so I hope that 2 boats are on my side of the shore. Finally some gravel road. That feels good after all those rocks and boulders I passed today in the forest. Some running again. Just a change of pace feels good as well. So, the morning of day 4. Let me give you first a small recap of yesterday. When I was about to left Jakvik after doing some grocery shopping, I called the guy for the Lake Reepness crossing, but I found out because of the high fuel prices these days that he's only doing the crossing 2 times a day. 9 in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I left Jakvik at 3 o'clock, so I was never going to make it. So I arrived at the shore of the lake at around 8, I believe. Pitched the tent there, slept, not very good, woke up a lot of times. But the day itself went pretty good. First of all, the good night's sleep at Beverholme did the trick. Really, that was a big difference with the night before. And also my new socks, the waterproof socks. I mean, for a trek like this, they're really indispensable. Maybe for other people it's not necessary, or they wear different shoes, boots, whatever. But the way I'm doing it, I mean, I can't do without it, I'm pretty sure. So compared with day 2 yesterday, sometimes I felt like flying. I didn't do a lot of kilometers, around 46 or 47 I believe, but yeah, that's mainly because of the terrain. Like 95% was through the forest, and the forest here at Kungsleden, it means rocks, tree roots, boulders, and you just don't go very fast. Oh, and birch trees, a lot of birch trees. So this morning I did the lake crossing, that was nice. And well, I already felt it when I woke up. I'm not in a good shape. I think it's even worse than day 2, because then it was in the afternoon, but now it's still morning. My body is empty. So I'm sitting here on this small boulder right now. Actually, just stopping for a rest. That's the first time in these days. I'm gonna eat something. I was planning to go to the south shore of the lake at Kvikjok, but that's still like 60 km away. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise I have to make another plan like yesterday. It's no big deal, but you know, I wanted to do it. I wanted to reach Kvikjok, so well, the shore, so I could get to Kvikjok first thing in the morning, tomorrow morning. So we'll see how it goes. The weather is not too bad. It's partly cloudy and there's a bit of a wind, but not too much. So I'm in this traditional shelter, which is really nice because the wind is blowing pretty hard and it's quite cold up on the fells, so it's nice to get some shelter and to eat something out of the wind. After I passed the polar circle, the trail got a little bit less rocky, and then soon after that I got onto the fells, the open fells again. So that allowed me to pick up a bit of pace, so that was nice. Now I'm gonna eat something. So it's the morning of day 5. I'm still in this traditional emergency shelter because yesterday when I was here I was considering my options and I thought, well, I can press on, descend the mountain, and then I'll be in the forest. Perhaps it's dark already, perhaps not, so it's easy to bypass a good camping spot if there is any. And then I saw on the map there was another climb, and I want to prevent that I was on the other mountain with this hard wind in my tent instead of a sturdy shelter like this. So I decided to stay. I unwrapped everything and went to bed at 4:30 in the afternoon. But it meant I had a pretty good night. It's now 3:30 in the morning and I'm about to leave. The wind, I don't know, it's difficult to say, but I think it died down a little bit compared with during the night, because it was really bad last night. So I think I made a good decision. I put on every clothing I have, so let's go for it. We'll see what's next. So right now I'm on the last big climb on the way to Kvikjok. Legs are feeling good today again. It's not really surprising. I had a pretty easy day yesterday with only about, I believe it was 23 kilometers and pretty good night's sleep in the traditional shelter. Although I woke up a few times because of the wind. But no, I'm feeling fine. I still have about 22 kilometers to go to the lake. And if all goes well, I should be right on time for the lake crossing. So today works out fine. morning now of day 6. I'm in this cabin at the lakeside. Yesterday I called for a boat crossing. It should be at 9:15, so that's in about 15 minutes from now. I wanted to stay here for the night, but actually in the end I did not, because like 10.5 kilometers before the lake there was another cabin and it had a free place to sleep. There was a Polish couple, but they had no problem me staying there as well. So I didn't want to risk it. Perhaps this cabin didn't have any free space, so to save some time regarding pitching my tent, etc., I opted to stay in the other cabin, which was quite good. I left there this morning. Now I'm about to cross the lake, then I have to make a phone call for the next lake crossing in Akce. And then hopefully, but yeah, it's starting to rain now, so conditions are getting not better, I guess. I was planning to maybe make the boat crossing, the latest boat crossing, or the last boat crossing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon from Saltaluokta, but that's gonna be really close, I guess, so we'll see what happens. So it's day 7 in the morning. I left the Vakatuvara hut at 3 o'clock. The lake for my last boat crossing is right there, and we'll see how far I can get today. So, I don't know if you can see it, behind me is this wooden wall that marks the start of the Kungsleden in Abisko. Well, for me, obviously it's the end. It's now just 5 minutes past 2 in the morning, Wednesday morning, and that means actually after this ferocious run yesterday and this long push today, because I started Thursday morning at around 4, that I actually done it the whole Kungsleden in a week. I never imagined that, especially after that really bad 4th day when I didn't feel very well and I only managed about 23 kilometers. So the last 20 kilometers were quite tough today. Been walking like 5 hours with my headlamp. That's it for now. First I need to get a place to sleep, and I'm curious how big of a challenge that's going to be at this time of day. But anyway, before I forget, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.